What's up, Bucties? Sorry for tell a friend. What's up, Bucties? Welcome back to the 4th episode of the HouseLeague Radio Podcast.
Wait, bro, isn't it supposed to be number 5?
Yeah, it's supposed to be number 5, but fuck, a bit of
what happened over there?
We'll say Thursday. There's a bit of inconvenience, and a broken skate blade got in the way of our podcast.
Skate blade.
I still can't believe that I actually broke my skate blade on the outdoor rink.
How does that happen? Blocking shots.
Blocking shots 24/7 in house league hockey. Importance of it? That's not important. That's not really important about fucking blocking shots in house league hockey because I'm going fucking nowhere. I'm going nowhere. But you know who is going somewhere? Antonio fucking Brown.
Antonio Brown. The
fucking Antonio Brown saga finally fucking ends. He's no longer fucking his free agency is basically done.
What's worse, the Young and the Restless, or Antonio Brown saga over the last week?
Oh fuck! It's pretty fucking. They're both fucking pathetic.
Yeah, both are soap opera, man. So I don't even know.
Over the last week, Antonio Brown has basically played for 3 different teams at once. Seems like it. Went from Pittsburgh to Buffalo, Buffalo back to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh to Oakland. And all within
Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, all within Thursday to Sunday. On Thursday night, the report comes out that Antonio Brown's getting traded to Buffalo. I'm sorry, who in the right fucking state of mind is gonna think Antonio Brown's gonna play in Buffalo?
Ian Rappaport, apparently the man who tweeted it out.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown legit said at the beginning that he's not gonna play a team that he doesn't want to. Who wants to go to Buffalo?
Not Antonio Brown.
Why the fuck we want to play in the cold? I don't think the blue, white, and red would have fucking fit well on him. Antonio Brown needs to be in all black. He looks sharp in the Steelers. He's gonna look sharp with the Raiders. Is he gonna play sharp for the Raiders? I don't know.
Did you end up seeing the photo he photoshopped of him without the Oakland Raiders stuff on? That looked really nice.
He looks good in his freaking outfit. The question is he actually be an elite receiver with the Oakland Raiders? I don't know. They sort of have pieces, but it's the Raiders. Like, you have to remember, it's the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders.
See, I was doing some research on the quarterback. I believe is their starter Derek Carr, right?
Derek Carr, yeah.
Derek Carr, his past 2 seasons, both a losing record. I was looking at more in-depth stats, bro. So I don't know how he's gonna turn out to it. I could read you some of them.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but there's rumor that they're trying to get Case Keenum from Denver, so that's a possibility they may replace him.
See, like, going in Antonio Brown, you wonder, especially being okay with going to Oakland, if he's like hoping on a new QB or if he's ready to deal with the current one.
I think he likes Carr because his Instagram picture was he fucking posted a picture of him and it's him at the All-Star game. There's he was mic'd up with Derek Carr and one of the coaches, and he was loving life. He absolutely loved him.
Okay,
Derek Carr, and talking about Carr freaking followed Le'Veon Bell on Instagram trying to freaking persuade him.
Really?
Imagine.
That could be some of that teammate influence publicity or whatever. Because remember, it's
basically become the freaking Oakland Steelers.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get started on that.
The West Coast Steelers, baby.
Remember what Tampa Bay did with Eric Carlson last year at the All-Star game?
Oh my God, yeah.
Stamkos and Kucherov all, posting pictures with Carlson or whatever.
I think they're trying to freaking bring him in, but he's got Oakland's still gonna be terrible. They're still. It's one wide receiver's not gonna do the whole fucking difference in the world. In my opinion.
Antonio Brown could, man.
I don't know if he's gonna be as elite as he was with Pittsburgh. He had Big Ben alongside with him. Yeah, in order to be a good receiver, you need a good fucking QB.
But near the end, like there have been things. Oh, bro.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I lost my train of thought after this lot. But people were saying that maybe like the atmosphere Antonio Brown had around him this year.
Yo, get off the ice. Okay, this is EA at its finest here. Live. I actually don't know what the fuck to say. You're disabled. You're dead. This has completely thrown everything off. I don't know what to do. Let me try to ice it. I can't even ice it properly. What the fuck? This game is broken. This game is... they're gonna score here. I can't believe that just fucking happened.
Let's pretend that never happened, I guess.
Yeah, you can actually, like, just go die in a hole and never come back again.
No, literally, I don't know. That was a little pause break early on. Train of thought, though. I actually lost train of thought. What were we speaking about?
Talk about Antonio Brown's saga. He was. I was saying how Antonio Brown I don't think is going to produce as well with Oakland because he won't have Big Ben with him.
See, like the thing is though, supposedly him and Ben weren't. Like,
nah, they weren't on the best of terms. You're right.
Near the end, right? Like,
yeah.
Antonio wasn't even on with Thompson too.
No, Brown had beef with everyone. Yeah.
Like essentially, it was Brown's way or the highway, right? So that's what happened. So you wonder if he's gonna go into Oakland with that same attitude, or if he's like fresh start.
Oh man, I think the freaking TSN turning point of all this was last season when Brown went to Facebook Live or whatever, and he posted the video while Tomlin was giving a speech or something. They're in the locker room too during that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Big Ben didn't approve of it. Tomlin didn't know. No, not a fucking chance. So, feud could have started from there. Possibly. Big Ben being the personnel he is, I don't think he also tolerated Antonio Brown's personality. They're two completely different people. One's a freaking rapist, and then one of them's a freaking walrus with an orange mustache.
Who's
I don't know. I'm Big Ben, the freaking rapist.
It's both the same person.
Honestly, they could be the same person. But the thing is, Oakland gave up a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick to get an elite wide receiver. Antonio Brown's worth way more than a 3rd and a 5th round.
I agree. Like I saw a couple things, and even what was reported, it came out earlier today. New England supposedly offered a better deal, and Pittsburgh turned it down.
Probably, but why would Pittsburgh send Brown to their freaking rivals in the East that they usually play in the conference every year in the playoffs?
They got offered a 2nd and a 4th.
Yeah, but a 2nd and a 4th. The thing here, you're taking the deal though, because a 2nd and a 4th from New England's gonna be a late 2nd and a late 4th. Oakland, on the other hand, Oakland can still be bad. Oakland can still finish probably near the bottom as they did this year, and it'll be a early 3rd, early 5th. So very similar, and you're trading him to the West Coast where you're barely gonna have to play him at all.
Yeah, no, Oakland was definitely the better direction, especially as a Pittsburgh fan.
And so, the Raiders in the last year they traded Khalil Mack away, they traded Amari Cooper away, and then all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, you know what, we'll actually go get Antonio Brown. And there's kind of a feud going on because Antonio Brown got a raise as soon as he got traded to Oakland. He went up from like 39 million to 50 million. And the reason they traded Khalil Mack was because they weren't willing to pay him that money. Very similar pay. And they didn't think Khalil Mack was actually worth it, but he's the best pass rusher in the league. He made such a huge difference with the Chicago Browns defense. They were one of the best in the league. I had them in my fantasy. They got me points every freaking week. I was smart.
Hey, I mean, that's what got you the dub in fantasy this year, right?
You got me the dub in fantasy and football, not in hockey though. Hockey, me and you are both dead last. We're terrible hockey coaches.
For another fantasy year.
For another fantasy year. Every fantasy, we're always at the bottom for some reason.
Behind the scenes right now, Ryan, I'll give you all my good players on the team. I'll put them all in free agency, and we'll make this happen. We'll take down Sean and Trev at the top.
So it'll be part 2 again. You'll give me all your players. I'll move on. I did it in football last year. Almost did it this year, but I didn't need any of your players. I actually won by coming dead last. No, I'm down. I'm down to freaking repeat as a possible champion in multiple sports. I don't know how the goalies say that. This is freaking Bobrovsky at his finest. But yeah, so net trades to the Raiders in the last 2 years by giving up Mack. So what they've given up in the last year, my bad, year, not 2 years. They gave up Mack, Amari Cooper, a 2019 3rd and 5th, and a 2020 2nd and 6th. So that's what they've given up. What they've got in return is insane. Antonio Brown, elite wide receiver. 3 first-round picks. 2 this year, 1 next year.
Really?
And then a 2020 second and 5th round.
Yeah, so they've been getting some good assets back for what they given.
And football is nothing like any other sport. Many athletes that come out straight out of school are football ready, like all-star capable. Like Saquon Barkley was the best running back in the league, and it was his first year. He was consistent compared to Todd Gurley, who was slacking towards the end. Gurley did not perform in the playoffs. Gurley didn't perform towards the end of the year. Saquon stayed steady all throughout the year, and it was his rookie year. Baker Mayfield, rookie year. First round picks in the NFL are usually capable of going NFL ready, and if Oakland's got 2 of them this year,
they're gonna have a big supporting cast. With the
I think, and that's what I think probably appealed to Antonio was the picks. He's like, hey, bit of a future here possibly. But the guy's 30. He's 30, turning 31. So.
But he hasn't shown any slowing down yet.
No,
which is a big thing.
It is a big thing. But in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of Antonio. I'm not a huge fan of him. I think he's a bit of too much of a character for me. And going to Oakland, go join Marshawn Lynch. Go have characters on the fucking team. I don't think he's gonna put up the same numbers as he did in Pittsburgh.
We're gonna do a little bit of switch up, man. Name one thing about Brown that you love and hate. Because you went into detail a bit.
What I love and hate about Brown, one thing?
Yeah.
Well, one thing I love about Brown is how he fucking kicked the punter in the face when he basically had a touchdown wide open. All he had to do was go around him, and he's like, fuck, I'm going to kick this guy in the face. Take a nice little lesson from Ronaldo. Thing I hate about him, this guy's got to learn how to fucking grow some facial hair. And, like, properly, don't have an orange freaking mustache and then a brown beard. You're going to look like a freaking Polish walrus.
What's up with the Polish part, bro?
What's up with the Polish part, eh? Got a problem with that?
No comment. Catch that 1-2 Mayweather off the podcast.
I'm gonna catch that 1-2 Mayweather off the podcast. I don't think you know what the French can do to the Polish.
I don't want to go back to history and find out, man.
We may have to though if you're not gonna learn your lesson. But thing is, the Steelers. The Steelers are gonna be completely fine without fucking Brown. They got Juju, who had a breakout year this year.
Breakout year, and he's gonna take on an even bigger role this year.
And he's willing to take on the bigger role, and he wants to take on the bigger role. And then if you move to the running back spot, Le'Veon, who's definitely leaving. He's already said he's a free agent. He's leaving. They got James Conner, who played as well as Le'Veon did this year. For more than half the price. Well, basically for fucking his full salary
compared to Le'Veon.
Yeah. So you got an upcoming running back who's going to play well. You got Juju, who's going to replace Brown. The only concern in Pittsburgh, in my opinion, is Tomlin or Big Ben. One of the two, not both.
I think, to be honest, Tomlin needs to go. After losing your 2 biggest players, or 2 out of your 3, I think a coaching change has to happen.
And he has been in Pittsburgh for a long time. A change could be necessary. But
I think
if you're looking at I don't know, if I was the owner of the Steelers, you got to see this. Big Ben's got how many more years left in him?
Not too many.
Tomlin's one of the greatest coaches in the NFL that's available right now. Are you really willing to give up a franchise coach for maybe 2 more good years of Big Ben?
Maybe, but he hasn't gotten them very far in the playoffs. That's the one thing. Yes, he's a good coach in the season, but after so long, it might be a coaching problem. Not taking away credit from the guy, but their playoff record hasn't gone very deep.
That's true, and I hope Tomlin hears this because he's on the hot seat, and you know who could be a possible candidate is 2018 fantasy football winner, 2019 fantasy football winner, Ryan Simons. I coached the non-virgins to a victory this year. We barely made the playoffs. But coach, in Pittsburgh, I can tell you this. We may have an okay season, but holy shit, we're always playoff ready. We're always playoff mentality. I'll get you the win in the playoffs when it actually matters.
Chicago Blackhawks mentality.
Exactly. No, it's Golden State Warriors mentality. Take it easy in the fucking season, then start turning it up in the playoffs.
We'll find out this year, man. Big Golden State.
Fucking Golden State. I hope they're not going to do anything. Fucking goal. I don't want to get into Golden State because they trigger me all freaking much, and they get too much fucking headlines. They can go freaking screw themselves. And well, Golden State's freaking Oakland as well, West Coast. Oakland's going to be getting so many freaking championships possibly.
Big year for Oakland.
Imagine if Oakland wins it next year and Boston. Fenway Sox win it. Celtics are not going to win it. Not a fucking chance. I'm a Celtics fan, and I don't think they'll go past Toronto or Milwaukee in the playoffs. And then, hey, you never know. The Bruins are on a bit of a freaking roll. Well, no, their streak ended last night. Their point streak to Pittsburgh.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Weren't they at close to 20 games?
19, I think.
Oh boy.
That's what basically it clutched them up. But I think Brown. I'm just gonna ending on this Brown thing is. I think he's been acting like a diva. And Larry Fitzgerald said it himself that Brown kind of poorly handled this situation, making it really public and known that he was going to be the, not the manipulator, but kind of the head of negotiations, saying, yeah, I'm not going to go there, yeah, I'm going to go there. Like, boss, you signed a contract in the league, let the general managers do their shit. If you get traded to Buffalo, go play to Buffalo.
Yeah.
But hey,
no, I agree.
He would not have played. I don't think he would have been liked there. Allen would have probably won the championship, the Super Bowl, and Antonio Brown would have been getting none of the credit, and he would have hated it. He needs all the fucking spotlight.
Did you see the memes that were on Twitter a lot when he was at Buffalo periodically, or the rumor?
Yeah, he was
around?
in. Yeah, exactly.
My favorite one. Do you remember The Longest Yard? That movie had Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Great fucking movie.
Nicholas Turturro threw the ball to Adam Sandler, and it completely went over him and missed. And that's what they said. What they said. What's his name? Josh Allen was gonna do to AB.
To AB for sure.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's I don't know. He was acting like a diva. He fucking tweeted out saying fake news that he got traded to Buffalo. So the deal probably happened, but then he found out and said, yeah, not a chance.
Yeah, no, there were little things going around. I think that Antonio Brown stepped in and wasn't having it in Buffalo.
No, he was being kind of a freaking turd. I don't know. Antonio Brown can go fucking screw himself. I hope he has a shit year in Oakland. Screw you, Antonio Brown. Fucking faggot. Anyways, moving on. Zidane. I don't know if you know who that is. Soccer legend. Played for France. Played basically all around the world. Dominated. Was like top 5 in France scoring. Last year, after winning the Champions League with Liverpool, he quit. He said he had enough. Honestly, I think he just didn't want to hurt his legacy. The guy won freaking back-to-back Champions League. He won everything from Madrid. That's when Madrid were... It was Madrid's dynasty with Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale, Zidane as their freaking manager. And then 10 months ago, he quits. Leaves Madrid. They signed a new manager called Santini Salarai, who clearly did not do his fucking job right, because guess who's back in town? Zinedine Zidane. He is back at Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. What do you think caused this? Well, I'm gonna fucking let you know. Freaking Madrid is currently 3rd in La Liga standings. And you may say, well, that's not bad, top 3. They're 13 points back of Barca. 13 points back of Barca with like 8 or 9 games left in the season. Madrid standards, that's fucking poorly. That's bad. And especially if Atletico Madrid, their arch rivals, are above them. It's Barca, Atletico, and then Real. So Zidane, Madrid especially, and when Ronaldo was with them, there was no fucking issues. Well, no issues. They won the league, but it was closer. I'm sorry, I'm fucking zoning the fuck out. I don't know what the hell is going on. Madrid was better with Ronaldo now, but before than they are now without him. There is a missing piece in that dressing room. It's been said by Marcelo. It's been said by numerous players. Ronaldo is basically like the freaking father figure of that team. And if you have your leader, who is Sergio Ramos now, purposely taking a red card in the Champions League because he knows they're gonna win the next leg. Why the fuck? That's terrible leadership. Because guess what? They ended up losing against Ajax in Champions League finals. They lost 4-2. Like, it was pretty bad. Ramos took some of the blame for it because their defense was shit. Ajax ran all over them. Madrid was, I don't know. Madrid's in a bit of a crisis here. Madrid is basically the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers of the NFL. It's La Liga and NFL are the exact same.
In this circumstance, yeah. Or circumcision, I should say.
Frick, it's trouble speaking Monday, eh?
Yeah, I don't know what this, wait, you're talking about diving, eh? Is that what we're talking about, or?
Excuse me?
Like, is he, like, Real Madrid's, like, diving coach?
Real Madrid's diving coach. Are you really the first thing you say about soccer is diving? I thought you were I thought you used to be a freaking soccer fan there, Mr. Dzinski.
Oh, soccer. Oh, okay, yeah. Soccer, yeah. Hotspurs, OSU, big fan.
I really don't like you right now. Is this our first fight?
Are we fighting on the podcast, bro? Yo, square up, bro.
Are we
What
gonna?
you trying to say?
Are we gonna have to freaking take this outside? Like right after the podcast, we're gonna go. I'll walk 3 hours, go see you, and we can actually figure this out.
3.5.
Actually, with a bit of snow outside right now, it'll probably be 4 hours. But no, yeah. So Madrid, they re-signed Zidane for till 2022 after he left 9 months ago.
You think it's going to improve Real Madrid's? You think they're gonna be able to somewhat catch up to Barca, or no?
Yes, because Zidane's a freaking genius. He's honestly him, Pep, and Sir Alex Ferguson are just three managers that I absolutely love. Although I hate Pep because Pep's with City, he's a genius. He knows what he's doing. He's won basically everything. He's on verge of winning a quadruple right now. So the quadruple in the Prem is you win the FA Cup, the League One, the Champions League, and then the Prem, like the league title. They're in first right now in the Prem. They're beating Schalke right now in the Champions League legs. They actually won the League One, the League Cup, in the PKs a couple weeks ago. We talked about it on the podcast, and then they're still in the FA Cup race. So Pep's just a genius. Zidane's won back to back you Champions League. So I think it will. Will they go back to the ways that they were before? That I don't know.
I'm gonna cut you off. I don't know as much as soccer about you, but there's absolutely no chance. Zidane, I think, is part of the equation.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at their history, I mean, Ronaldo's gonna dominate contribute massively for any team. That's a big part too. But Zidane, I feel like, will help.
Yeah, I don't think a manager can do such a huge difference. Well, actually, if you look at United, freaking Ole Gunnar's freaking turned that team around completely. So I don't know. It's up to Zidane. And honestly, it's up to the players if they do want to get their shit together. They love Zidane. They've already said that. The players love him. So maybe he'll get the locker room back together on the same page. But I hate Madrid to begin with. I don't like any of the other big teams. Just because I'm a United fan. Fuck them. United's the better team. United's got the better history. Madrid, I don't know. Zidane's gonna do what he can do, and he's gonna have to somehow try to fix that Ronaldo hole on the left side because they've tried. They have a Brazilian named Junior Valance. It starts with a V. I forget what it is. I can't even pronounce it even if I did know it. He's supposed to fill in his shoes, but it's hard to fill the shoes of one of the greatest soccer players on the planet, and who's ever played the game.
Agreed.
Like, although I do hate Ronaldo, he is one of the best players. You can't take talent away. Like, I can't look over his talent just because I hate him.
That's true. You gotta appreciate the player's skill.
You gotta appreciate the player's skill, except for Antonio Brown. He doesn't have any skill. He's a walrus. He's a freaking fat walrus that doesn't do anything productive with his life. But sticking on the topic of soccer, this is kind of a controversy event that happened. So in the Championship League, it's the second division in England. Aston Villa, who used to play in the Prem, they've won many titles, they're a known team. Yeah, they've had their fair share of struggles in the last couple of years, getting relegated, not having the best seasons. They were playing Birmingham, who's another UK team in the second division, and it's a derby. So it's I think they're both in London, so it's a London derby, and they played against each other. It's 0-0 in the first half, and as Aston Villa's taking a corner, the player goes to get the ball, and as he's walking away from the corner flag, a Birmingham fan runs onto the pitch. And usually when the fan runs to the pitch, you're like, okay, he's just going to do his little shrieking, he's going to run around, just get all the attention he can. This fucker has the fucking audacity to go up to a Aston Villa player his name is Grealish. Good looking guy. Like, he's got a pretty boy face. You don't want to be fucking that pretty boy face up. That's probably what his mom was telling him when he was playing soccer. Don't fuck up that pretty boy face. Oh, that's a terrible icing call. And this fan runs up behind him, so he doesn't even see the punch happening. Swings, boom, sucker punches him in the jaw. Ran onto the field and sucker punched them both.
Double deal.
Yeah, double deal. That's why I said both. Sucker punched him. Finally the freaking security got onto the field, got a hold of him, and I didn't hear any supplementary discipline was handed out at that time, but all I heard was Birmingham said they were gonna place a lifetime ban on the pitch invader.
Oh, I bet. I think you'd get some sort of assault charge.
Yeah, you'd think you get more than just a lifetime ban on a case where he runs onto a pitch, which first of all you're not supposed to. Second of all, basically assaults a guy he doesn't know. This guy, if he only gets a lifetime ban, then they've got a fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Not the FA, the League of Director of the EFL Championship have to fucking figure something out with Birmingham about more disciplinary punishment, because a lifetime ban should not be suitable just for a fucking sucker punch.
Is that the new one-up or the new wave of streaking now? They just
sucker punching? It could be. It could be the next wave. People people go to the World Cup just to streak. Nah, people are not going to be going to the fucking World Series, Super Bowl. They're going to run onto the field. And if Tom Brady's at the next Super Bowl, I bet you someone's going to be going after fucking him.
To be honest, Tom Brady, very successful man, I would love to see that. Not because I have it out for Tom Brady, just because, the GOAT.
You sure you don't have it out for Tom? It seems like you would go have it out for Tom.
Nah.
As a Steelers fan, you don't have it out for Tom?
Oh, who am I kidding? I fucking hate the guy. He kisses his kids, man.
Oh, he kisses his kids. Yeah, that's Tom.
No, but I'm thinking, that could be because, you know what I mean? A lot of trends is people one-upping.
See, I don't know if it's a trend streaking, or if it's legit UK bastards just being UK bastards. Because sports here in North America is nothing compared to Europe. Fans take its shit way harder.
No, in Canada, the worst thing we'll do is we'll give you a hug or something.
We'll give you a hug. We'll give you a nice little Timmy's. Be like, sorry for fucking making you lose last night.
On your breaks, starting the off breaks.
The off breaks. But if that's a trend, then that's just a stupid trend. That'd be kind of like the fucking, what's another stupid trend? The Tide Pod shit. Don't do that shit. You know it's not good for you. Don't do it.
Hey man,
don't be retarded.
Millennials, man, we're what's a good word to describe us?
What's a good we're the dillies of the future. I think that's the best way we could probably say it.
Sure, that's a great word.
Of course I would use. Yeah, I don't know. I still find it pretty sad how security allowed this guy to run on the field, and he ran a good 20 yards to him, so somebody could have easily done something about it. But everyone was probably already hammered. Security was already probably hammered. They're all having their own little pints before the own fucking London derby.
I mean, if you gotta watch soccer for that long, 90 minutes, I mean, I'd probably have some few beers too.
Oh, we know who would be having a couple beers with. A couple beers with you would also be John. John would be pounding them back with you.
1, 2, 3,
3,
4. I don't know
4.
if they go John status, but
I bet you John
that's,
could probably go up to 12 beers, eh? Just cracking them all up open.
You know, this feels very nostalgic. I could put a button on why though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. Okay, maybe 12. Yeah.
Nah, maybe 12. Maybe 12. You can't put a fucking finger on it. Man, look at the golden locks on freaking Hassan this day. Brown, beautiful long hair. May trim the haircut
Judging
though.
Antonio Brown for having his facial hair, but look at yourself.
Yeah, because I could actually pull my shit off. You know who else can pull some good old fucking facial hair or some nice hair?
Who?
Minnesota high schoolers.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw this, but it's that time of the year again. And holy crap, they were out at full throttle. So Minnesota's a huge freaking hockey state. It's town, city, I don't know, fuck, I'm not American. You Americans tell me. You guys know nothing about Canada, I'll know nothing about you. Minnesota's a city. But Minnesota high school...
Hockey town.
Yeah, Minnesota high school hockey's huge. Like, they take it seriously. At first, they weren't even sure they were going to have a rink to play at. Like, to host the quarterfinals, the semis, and everything. They didn't have a rink until last minute, and it was the Wilds rink that they were able to get, so the St. Paul's. Holy crap, these guys can grow some fucking hair. I'm pretty jealous.
Variety of locks, man.
Variety of locks
Some mullets,
range
some
from
flow.
mullets, flow, had freaking lines cut on the side of their head, mohawks were made. For the first
Stuff I've
time,
never seen before.
I've never fucking seen that hair. And honestly, I'll say this right here, right now. If we fucking have if we actually ever get I can't even think, a professional athlete on our fucking podcast,
Yeah.
you can pick any Minnesota high schooler hairstyle and I'll do it for a week.
What do you mean? Though, like the color or
The color and the style. Like, I will grow my hair out so we can do whatever
In
the
a
fuck you
week.
want to it. No, you can cut my hair in
What
the
are you,
style,
some of
and the
those-
style I'll keep it for a week.
Man, I think you should. You know that stuff, the new stuff that's coming out where it helps like guys grow facial hair. Like, you know those like Instagram ads or whatever. You can use that on your hair and see what happens.
Well, as a fellow 19-year-old, I can't grow any fucking facial hair, so it wouldn't be a... Hey, this video is actually unofficially sponsored by these growing product hairs. Go find yourself go find one on a Instagram ad. Use the code HLR for a non-discounted price.
Great publicity, man.
Nah, I'm kidding. But I was pretty jealous of their fucking hair. They got booming for the first time in a while. A guy actually said, "Hey, Dad," instead of "Hey, Mom." So shout out to the dads for actually getting some credit for once. Hey, the dads are the one driving all the fucking kids to practices. I know your mom does all the hard work, and yeah, you're a mama's boy. Hey, mama's not sitting in fucking 6 a.m. hockey watching you. It's Papa. Your dad's out there. Qua, pa! Your dad's the one out there fucking every morning helping you out. So shout out to the dads. Finally getting a shout out.
Shout out to all the daddies out there.
Shout out to no, shout out to okay. Okay. Easy there, buddy.
Speaking of daddies, bro, Juice WRLD.
Are you calling Juice WRLD your
dropped
daddy?
Oh man, I have something in my throat. 22 songs. New album, Death Race for Love. Initial thoughts. Well, I know your thoughts already, but I'm hoping that your thoughts have changed.
No, my thoughts are still the
Since
same.
we
We
last
listened to the album together. We were gonna because we wanted to do this, and holy crap, I'm still as disappointed as I was that night.
I see, like, I was too initially. Like, the first time listening, I was like, oh shit. But like, I listened to it again by myself, man, and I like added half the songs to my playlist.
But you see,
Did you give a second listen?
I did, and I like Fast. I actually do like Fast, and then other than that, it's still all the same freaking shit as before. I still don't think it's not a good album. Here's what I'm gonna say. Let me just say something. Your feelings towards fucking Juice WRLD is how I feel towards Zoe. I think Lonzo's the best fucking rapper on the planet. He's got Swervin', he's got BO2, he's got ZO2, hey, whoa, yeah, hey, whoa, let me get up. He's got LeVar. Oh, that song LeVar is actually good. So I think you think his album's good because you just fucking love Juice WRLD to begin with. And it's the same thing, like, I love Little Skies and I think his album's freaking insane. But I've been told by some of my friends, oh, his album's just okay.
I mean, okay, I see where you're coming from. I feel like it's a lot of biased of your preference.
Exactly. Like, I don't hate Juice WRLD. Like, I'm a Juice WRLD, like, I'm a fan of him. I like some of his music. But, you are the one of very few people I know that said his album's actually half decent.
Yeah, and maybe there is some bias.
So I think you've been over to his place recently, giving him a nice little rub and tub like Robert Kraft was getting.
We're bringing up, bro. Honestly, we should get Robert Kraft on the podcast because we talk about him so much.
Robert Kraft is basically our #1 fan. Ever since that scandal, everything just gets referred back to him.
Speaking of sponsors, Robert Kraft, unofficial sponsors, HLR.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. If you wanna give us a nice little sponsor, we'll shout out your Kraft brand. We may turn into Patriots fan if you sponsor us. Can't guarantee that. But no, Juice WRLD. Disappointed in my opinion. I know you liked it. I know you fucking just you sleep to it. You do everything to it.
You know, very accurate.
You take people's V cards with it.
I think actually 6 out of 6 out of 10 songs actually made the top charts on Apple Music, eh?
Oh yeah, okay, well, exclude Robbery, exclude, fuck, what's the other one? Here We Coming or whatever?
Hear Me Calling.
Hear Me Calling, yeah, take that one off. So, and the only one that actually was, what else were in the top 5? It was Fast, I'm guessing Robbery, Hear Me Calling. Exactly.
Like on the charts?
Yeah, on the charts. Because I want to see if you're saying, oh yeah, it's a good album, 5 songs on it. What the fuck were the 5 songs?
Okay, one was Desire, Hear Me Calling, Robbery, Fast, and the first one, I think Empty. Empty was #1 on the charts, which surprised me a little bit.
I think it's just because it was the first song and people just listened to it.
That's what I mean.
It was the same thing with Little Skies. Little Skies, I was the one that was most booming, but it wasn't the best one.
Like,
it was a good song, but I don't think it was the best. Blue Strips was clearly the best.
It was my favorite.
I got the blue strips. You know that song means like $100.
Okay.
Yeah, so
some sort of value.
I won't take credit for this. Bob Lowe texted me one night.
HLR feature.
Yeah, our first HLR feature. Showed me a picture of the $100 bill in America and like in the States, and it has a blue strip.
Okay.
And in the songs, he's like blue. He refers to blue strips, counting checks. So, like, I'll give you a nice little sneak peek of the first verse. Bands-o. So bands, you know, I got them bands. And then, blue strips, I just make checks. See, blue strips, I just make checks.
You love that line, bro.
That, and then, I don't want no shorty if it ain't great sex. Chris, you don't want no shorty, eh?
Oh, 25 seconds left in the game.
25 seconds left in the game.
That flew by.
That flew by.
19.4 seconds.
19.4. Oh.
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry for all the group chats. I'm sorry for everything. You freaking dirty bastard. But, oh, because I fuck it blew by my mind. You know Zidane?
Yeah.
Guess what he fucking got today?
What?
He was announced as the ACC Player of the Year and Rookie Player of the Year. Without a fucking doubt, he deserves it. The guy deserves it. This guy could legit go straight. He could go straight to the freaking show.
How good do you think he's gonna get? Like, compare him to a current.
I think Zidane will. I think his hype. Well, his hype is already fucking bigger than everyone else's. But I think his numbers and how he's actually gonna seem in the NBA, I feel like he's gonna be very similar to like. Who's a freaking powerhouse in the freaking NBA? The thing is, no one like him. He's just so fucking humanly strong. Like he's got the strength of like fucking Cousins. He's got the speed of freaking like Darian Fox.
He's one of a kind player, that's for sure. His body type and what he does on the court.
That's what I mean. I don't think you could actually compare him to anyone. I think Zion's going to be Zion.
Big trendsetter. That's a bold prediction.
I think he will. I think he's going to bring back some of the paint game because he's not a 3-point shooter. And I saw a picture last night how the game of basketball has evolved in the last 10 years. The main principal shots 10 years ago were mid-range and in the paint. And now it's all outside the arc and like right underneath the basket.
You gotta be able to shoot threes to be able to keep up in this game. Famous quote by John.
Well, yeah, you say that, but then Kobe tells Ben Simmons you just need to have a jumper. You don't need to be able to shoot threes. You need to have a jumper.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that's a Mamba mentality. So as we approach the end of the freaking podcast, because we missed our Thursday episode, we do have our winners, losers, and dilly moments of the week.
Very exciting.
So I guess I'll fucking go with mine if it's.
You want to start? Go for it.
I'll go with my winner and loser, and then you'll go with yours. I already discussed I already mentioned my winner in this freaking podcast. The winner of the week was the Minnesota high schoolers. Legit, you never disappointed with that flow.
Bunch of beauties.
You guys they got a bunch of beauties. They got a bunch of shoutouts. I bet you all of them got a bunch of
you gotta
fucking
give credit
followers.
where it's due.
You gotta give credit, exactly. You gotta give credit where it's due. When you grow a freaking mop like down the top of your head for a while and you let it grow and let it show, let it grow and let it show, baby. Ryan Simons, 2019. Let it grow and let it show. And then my loser of the week is every other man on this planet trying to propose after A-Rod proposed and actually got married to J-Lo. Did you see the ring?
No, I did not.
Holy fuck.
Did the actual price of it come out?
I'll double check. A-Rod ring. It's a pretty big diamond ring for J-Lo. It's hold on.
I mean, if you're marrying J-Lo, you gotta have a big ring and a big personality.
Yeah, they say big rings come with big personalities, eh?
Yeah.
Especially players who use steroids almost all their lives. They still have huge personalities, eh? They still have a large personality.
A-Rod, big bat. Okay.
No, it doesn't come. It doesn't say. All it says is that it was a stunning diamond engagement ring. Like it was
stunning.
Bro,
stunning.
It was huge.
Speaking of A-Rods and rods, bro, that tags on to Maya and Hair actually. Funny enough, that goes on to Maya, loser of the week, man. So on Twitter, there was something trending earlier today, and basically, this guy named Jake Gomez, a licensed barber, what he was giving to his clients was his business card, but was stapled to the business card was something very interesting. He had stapled singular condoms to the back of his business card. And the reason why you might ask why he's a loser is because they are piercing through the actual condom.
Oh
inside.
my god.
Yeah, so there a little bit of
the rest the view everyone else can
there.
Yeah, everyone else can kind of connect the dots when he pierced the condom.
Jake Gomez, bro, stick to cutting hair, not to cutting open condoms. Onto the winner of the week. I'd like to nominate myself, Ryan, and I could send you a link to the
So wait,
screenshot.
you're nominating yourself as the winner of the week. That is a first time ever in the HLR podcast. Yeah,
I mean,
it's the
I'll
first
probably
time.
nominate myself every other week, so.
Okay, well, I want to hear the reasoning of why. I'll actually be the judge if you actually are a winner of the week.
So I was going on a little bit of a nostalgia trip earlier, and then I had come across a DM from 2014. And I remember this very clearly. There had been someone in high school who was like super into me, but like I wasn't really into her or whatever. And then one of her friends was trying to hook her up with me.
Are we releasing names, or are we just gonna use like Jilly and Billy Bob Jr.? Actually, we're not
sure
gonna. No. Let's not. Like, we'll give names. We won't use names. We won't use actual names. We'll give names.
Okay, let's call her Karima.
Karima. Okay, we'll call her Karima.
Okay. Yeah. So that's her real name, by the way. Anyways, we'll scroll through the DMs. I'll start at my friend who was texting her. I guess her friend is trying to set me up. He's like, "What's your opinion on her looks?" ? I respond, "Man, ... why? TBH, I'm not trying to be a dick, but a 3 out of 10. Probs 2.5 out of 10. So I just want to call myself an absolute winner for that. Because I don't think anyone, I don't know, maybe there are some other savages out there, but 2014 myself, I don't think you knew. I don't think you knew 2014 Chris.
I don't think I did know 2014 Chris. No, I did not.
Bro,
I did not know. So
imagine a baby hippo and put a pair of small, I guess, undersized glasses, and that was pretty well myself. My standards were a lot higher then than they are now. So
yeah. Well,
that's the winner of the.
As we said earlier, Chris, 2019 is 7.5 only, eh?
That's true, and I actually have held to that.
You held to the 7.5. You did?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's what I like to hear. That's all. That's what the podcast likes to hear. And so you know what? Yeah, I'll consider you a winner of the week this week. Well, I'll give you it to you. I'll give you. I'm pretty proud of you. The Pizza Face and Hippo did me well in 2014. And then the dilly moment of the week, Chris. It's a basketball player named Andre Ingram. Bit of a history behind him. Last year, the Lakers signed him to a 10-day contract. So just basically giving this guy a shot. And his debut in the NBA, and this guy's 31 years old. It's his debut last year.
Where was this?
So this was last year. And his debut, he made 19 points. He got 19 points and made 4 3-pointers. And his debut at the age of 31 on a 10-day contract. And now you're wondering, why is it the dilly? This was last year.
Yeah.
The Lakers just signed him to another 10-day contract this week, today, to end the year.
No.
And when you're wondering,
beauty.
and now you're thinking, well, he's just not going to get any time. He's not going to get any minutes. They're minimizing LeBron's minutes because they're not making the playoff. They shut Lonzo down for the rest of the year. They shut down Andre Ingram for the rest of the year. No, Andre Ingram. Brandon Ingram for the rest of the year. So hey, why not? Let's sign Andre Ingram to another 10-day contract and let's get this hype back up.
How many points do you think he's getting?
He's gonna get 31 in his debut.
Notch.
31 point. If he gets more than 30 points, Chris, I'll put a nice notch. If he gets more than 30 points in his debut, I will put 2 notches in both eyebrows.
Okay. Notch.
So if he gets 30 points in his debut, or 30 or more points, notch will be going in both my eyebrows. And you heard it here first on the podcast.
Doing it live next podcast.
Oh yeah, we'll do it live on the podcast, exactly. Well, Bucktees, that's all she wrote for March 11th for the 4th HLR podcast.
2014.
2019, you fucking back neck. We'll be back on Thursday with a whole new video. Hopefully shit happens. We're not going to cancel on you this time. That's a one-time thing. Again, we apologize for the inconvenience last week. I know some of you guys were fucking commenting, saying, what the fuck happened? Where's the live stream?
Bro.
Exactly.
I love.
Anyways, peace out, Bucktees. We will see you back here on Thursday.